Last Sunday at UFC 298, the long featherweight championship reign of the great Alexander Volkanovski finally comes to a brutal end by the hands of rising star Ilia Topuria in the second round. After weeks of boasting that he would knock out Volkanovski and become the new UFC featherweight champion, the dynamic Georgian finally walked the talk and fulfilled his dream of becoming the UFC champion. The UFC has to be really happy at this turn of events, as I believe that they truly have the next superstar on their hands, a potential household name comparable to the likes of Conor McGregor and Khabib Nurmagomedov. And here are the three reasons why that I truly believe that Ilia Topuria is UFC's next superstar. The first reason is that he is a truly phenomenal fighter. Let's just look at his fight record for starters. Ilia Topuria is an undefeated fighter with a remarkable 15-0 fight record, with 7 of those fights happening in the UFC. What really stands out for Topuria is his extraordinary finishing ability that makes him such an exciting fighter to watch. He has finished 13 out of his 15 fights, with 5 knockouts and 8 submission victories. Since entering the UFC, Topuria has displayed his terrifying knockout power, knocking out the likes of Damon Jackson, Ryan Hall, Jay Herbert, and of course last but not least, the great Alexander Volkanovski with his hands. These are brutal hard knockouts and not just listed as TKOs or technical knockouts. The power displayed by his punches reminds me of the days when Conor McGregor used to knock out his opponents just for fun in his prime. Now, what is even more astounding here is that Topuria actually started out being known for his formidable grappling. His MMA base was actually Greco-Roman wrestling, which he started practicing early at the young age of 7, and he obtained his black belt in Jiu-Jitsu in 2018. Now, if you look at his fight record at the beginning of his career, this guy won his first 7 fights by submissions. This is the proof that not only is he capable of generating devastating striking power from his punches, but also he has the ground game to dominate and submit his opponents in a very spectacular fashion. Second reason why I think Ilia Topuria is UFC's next superstar is his marketability. While Ilia Topuria's ability inside the octagon is undeniable, it is his marketability that truly sets the stage for his rise to superstardom. You have to understand that the UFC is not in the business of sports. It is in the business of sports entertainment. That's right, you can't just be a great mixed martial artist to be a superstar. You have to be able to electrify a crowd. Ilia Topuria has done an amazing job to project this cocky, brash, and arrogant character who can back up his trash-talking antics with his ability in the octagon. And his victory over Volkanovski has proved that he could walk the talk and talk the walk. Know who else could do this? That's right, it's this guy. Except now, we have an undefeated fighter who is both lethal on his feet and on the ground. Topuria has the looks, the charisma, the fighting style, and the ability to back up his talk on the mic. And this makes him a very compelling figure in this business. His skyrocketing popularity will be backed by the passionate Spanish and Georgian fan base who hungers for someone to represent them in the UFC. Which brings me to my last point. And reason number 3, he has a mind for this business. Alright, I want all of you to just imagine this. Topuria versus McGregor at a sold-out crowd at the Santiago Bernabeu. The spectacle, the excitement, the roar of 80,000 people chanting the name Topuria, Topuria, Topuria as he looks for a knockout against the former UFC superstar. This guy is thinking big. This guy has the mind for this business. Topuria calling out for McGregor to face him in his home country is a brilliant business move in my opinion. Now, I understand that this is something that some fans may not want to see, as McGregor may not deserve to fight on a sporting merit at this point in his career. and they would like to see him defend his belt against deserving contenders like Volkanovski or Max Holloway. But this is the kind of fight that gets the attention and the eyeballs of casuals. The way I see it, this is a low-risk, big-money fight for Topuria that can only raise his profile with the public audience. And the idea that this is happening in a massive soccer stadium for the first event held in Spain, that sounds like a winning combination to me. The fact that this guy is actually the one coming up with this idea is telling me that he is thinking big, and he has big ideas for where to take his career. Just like McGregor before him, who was thinking big, out of the box ambitious plans, like becoming the first UFC double champ and fighting for a huge payday against Floyd Mayweather. I believe that Topuria has the same mentality when it comes to managing his career and looking to entertain all of us. I have to say that I'm truly excited for the new era of Topuria.